Over time, it became a stone known as a stone of abundance, good fortune, confidence, creative flow, not because it attracts money, but because it encourages clarity, motivation, empowered action, which are the real roots of abundance. Welcome to the Crystal Library, a pocket-sized portal into the magical, mysterious, and sometimes misunderstood world of crystals. I'm your host, Ashleigh, and each week I'll guide you as we explore one enchanting stone, its history, lore, healing properties, and one easy way to invite its magic into your everyday life. Whether you're crystal curious or deep into the woo, this is your space to learn, explore, and expand your connection to the mineral realm, one glittering gem at a time. So let's open the library and see which crystal wants to speak today. Welcome back to the Crystal Library, my cozy, magical pocket of the world, where we explore the energy, history, and lore of the stones that shape our spiritual lives. Today's episode is wrapped in golden sparkle because we're talking about a crystal that feels like pure holiday magic to me. We're diving into Pyrite, the stone of fire, confidence, protection, and bright, joyful abundance. Pyrite is glittery, structured, and full of surprise, like tiny cubes of sunlight wrapped up as little holiday presents. And it feels so perfect for this moment in the year. Right now, as we move through Sagittarius season and look toward the energy of a fresh new year. So settle in, grab your favorite warm drink, or simply let yourself soften into this golden glow. We're going to get there with our Pyrite tonight. And before I start, I have to say, I was planning on doing a completely different episode for this week, but something just clicked and I said, no, this week calls for Pyrite. And if you're watching on YouTube, you can see that I have a very fabulous, sparkly, magical gown on. So maybe you should subscribe to my YouTube channel. You guys, I'm up to like 60 followers and that's pretty major. Actually, it makes me laugh every time. But yeah, it's a thing. So I have some Pyrite here with me. I have lots of little pieces of Pyrite with me, actually. I have this big cube. I have a Pyrite sphere, all of the things. And then one of my favorite things that I have is this Pyrite gem essence from House Witch, which is my favorite witchy shop in Salem, of course. And it says here, you got the power, Pyrite, for confidence, manifesting, and abundance. So we all need that. So every morning when I have my coffee in the morning, I shake up my Pyrite gem essence. It's so yellow and sparkly. And then I take the little dropper and I infuse 3 drops into my drink and I set my intentions for the day and I stir it in. And you know what? More often than not, it's a great day. So I have my little drinky drink here. Cheers. Let's get started. So my relationship with Pyrite started way before I had any idea what a metaphysical property even was. When I was a kid, my grandmother, she lived near this house or right next door to this house that had this long gravel or white stone driveway. And mixed in with the stone and on the little pieces of the stone were pieces of something that was flecked with what was called fool's gold. I didn't know that at the time that it was called Pyrite. I didn't really realize this until my adult life. If I'll be truly honest, my cousins and I, we would collect these little stones that had the Pyrite all over them. And we, of course, were proudly gathering anything that glittered at that point in our lives. We thought we had stumbled upon the coolest treasure in the neighborhood. And because it was always called fool's gold, I never saw it as valuable. I mean, back in the day, we would try to sell it to the other neighbor kids, but truth be told, we never made any money off of that venture. But I never knew that one day it would be a stone that I truly treasured as an adult, as I do now. Now, pyrite, it reminds me of childlike wonder. It reminds me of noticing magic in unexpected places, of that beautiful blend of whimsy and structure, because pyrite is geometric perfection, right? Wrapped in glitter. Last year, for my birthday, all I asked my husband and my family for was a fancy night in San Francisco. I wanted to soak up the holiday decorations. My birthday, FYI, December 20th, guys, is right before Christmas. So my birthday often just gets blended right in with the holidays. And so I asked my husband and family, can we please go to San Francisco? Can we spend the night and the weekend at a fancy hotel and just soak up the holiday decorations and that warm, cozy holiday energy? And on our way back from our trip, we drove through Berkeley and we stopped at this small crystal shop, and I found this gorgeous pyrite and calcite cluster. And I'll show you it right here. And pyrite and calcite commonly grow together. It looks like clear quartz, but it's actually calcite. Anyway, the moment I picked up the stone, I knew it was coming home with me. It felt luxurious. It felt grounded. It felt kind of rich in energy and full of the spark I wanted for the year ahead. And honestly, pyrite has become a stone I reach for pretty much in every season. It shows up beautifully in ritual work, spell work, meditation. It basically shows up anytime I need a little boost. I mean, how can you not feel boosted when you see something like this? Isn't this so gorgeous? You know, video just doesn't do it any justice. You have to have it in person. You have to hold it. You have to feel it. You have to sense that luxurious energy from it. So let's talk about what makes pyrite so striking. Pyrite is an iron sulfide mineral, and it forms in perfect cubes, such as this. Literal geometric cubes. You could say it's nature's own gift wrap. Every time I look at those sharp edges and mirrored surfaces, I'm reminded how structured and intentional the earth can be. It's absolutely fascinating. The gold color, it's from the way light bounces off its metallic surface. That fire energy, it comes from iron, one of the most active, vital minerals in the earth. And energetically, pyrite has long been associated with vitality, confidence, protection, clarity, abundance, creative spark. It's very solar plexus coated, warm, bold, energizing, and fiery. It brings that I'm ready, I'm capable, I'm stepping into my power type of energy. Because of its perfect geometry, it also has a stabilizing, grounding quality. It's both spark and structure, which honestly is rare and beautiful. Pyrite has a rich history across cultures. We can talk about its fool's gold history. So miners often mistook pyrite for real gold, leading to the nickname. But I love reframing that story. Pyrite isn't pretending to be gold. It's its own kind of treasure. And sometimes childlike wonder, it's dismissed as foolishness when it's actually sacred, right? I mean, I think most of my journey is kind of like this hearkening back to the magic and mystery and creativity of childhood. The word pyrite comes from the Greek pyrites, lithos, stone which strikes fire. When struck against metal, pyrite literally sparks, and ancient people used it to start fires, making it a life-bringing tool long before matches existed. Pyrite was also used as a protective amulet by numerous cultures. Indigenous people used polished pyrite as mirrors for scrying. Spanish explorers carried it for protection. Medieval alchemists used it to strengthen the will and focus during rituals. In folk magic, it was placed at doorways to guard a home's energy. Its golden color linked it to the sun with warmth, vitality, success, and visibility. Over time, it became a stone known as a stone of abundance, good fortune, confidence, creative flow, not because it attracts money, but because it encourages clarity, motivation, empowered action, which are the real roots of abundance. I won't go too deep into Sag season here. I have a full episode coming out at the end of the week about Sagittarius season, but Pyrite carries that adventurous, fiery, optimistic Sagittarian spark. It's a stone that says, let's explore, let's grow, let's expand. And that makes it such a powerful companion for this time of year, especially when the days are shorter and we crave a little extra internal brightness. If you're in a place where you can pause, let's just do a quick visualization, okay? Close your eyes. Imagine holding a piece of pyrite, or maybe you have a piece of pyrite. Maybe you can hold one that you own. Feel its weight, its steadiness, its cool metallic surface. Now, picture tiny golden sparks flickering inside of it, like warm holiday lights. With every breath, imagine those sparks drifting into your body, down your arm, into your chest, settling into your solar plexus like a tiny sun. Feel that warmth blooming. Feel that steady, structured fire. Feel that joyful spark. Take one more deep breath and let that glow stay with you. It's just that easy. Here are some journal prompts if you want to form your own relationship with pyrite. Okay, number 1. What was one of the first things that made me feel wonder as a child? How can I bring that feeling back into my adult life? And when I say that, don't think about it in terms of crystals or magic or whatever. Just like, what was something that you remember as a kid that you were just absolutely fascinated with? And maybe you became obsessed with, and maybe now you're getting back to that, right? I think about one of my friends. She used to love dance and she got away from it, and now she's dancing again. And I can totally see her transforming, right? Like she's just blooming because she's gotten back to something that she always loved. Where do I crave more structure? And where do I crave more sparkle? Because they don't have to be separate. They can go together. What kind of fire am I calling in right now? Is it creative fire? Is it protective fire or abundant fire? Number 4, if pyrite could help me ignite one new beginning, what would it be? You can use these questions in your journaling. You can use these questions when you're meditating. You can use these during a ritual. You could just have a quiet moment with your stone. But I think all of these are such good questions to ponder, especially right now as we're rounding out the year. We're in Sagittarius season, which is just, of course, it's my season. So it's mostly just amazing and sparkly. But I think these are really great questions to ponder. One more thing I wanted to share with you is I have this oracle called the Crystal Spirits Oracle by Colette Baron-Reid, and I've read from this before. But I thought I pulled the pyrite card and I thought it would be fun to read the prosperity message. In this little guidebook it talks about its essential meanings of pyrite, and then it has a relationship message, a prosperity message, and then also a crystal spirit meditation. I thought the prosperity message would be perfect, considering I feel like this is really a stone of luxury and abundance and imagination and sparkle and wonder. So it says here, prosperity shows up in different forms. Do you see and appreciate the inherent value in what you own, enjoy, and experience? Pyrite spirit reminds us that there is great value in many aspects of life, not just the material. This crystal spirit is here to draw your attention to all that is available to you, support, love, and resources to build upon. You don't have to do it all by yourself. For the conscious universe is your ally and wants you to experience prosperity. The road sometimes gets a little wonky, but only because you are being called to consider the riches you may be overlooking in your quest for more. Find the inherent value in what is yours. the memories, experiences, and situations that have brought you here to the brink of a breakthrough, if you are willing to practice appreciation, move away from the externally imposed systems of valuation and what others find worthy to determine and appreciate what is valuable to you, Pyrite Spirit will show you how much you have and are manifesting to co-create your most abundant life. I just think that's so beautiful. Pyrite has been such a full circle stone in my life, from childhood treasures in a rock driveway to my birthday crystal that I bought last year in Berkeley to the bright structured fire I work with today. It's a stone of ignition, a stone of confidence, a stone of joy, a stone that reminds us that wonder is never foolish, it's sacred. And thank you for stepping into the Crystal Library with me today. And until next time, keep your magic bright, your fire warm, and your spark alive. Bye. Thank you for visiting the Crystal Library. I hope today's stone offered just the magic you needed. If you loved this episode, share it with your favorite mystic and tag me on Instagram at mystical.mama.ash or at Bid Crystal Energy Podcast. And if you're feeling generous, leave a 5-star rating and review. It helps this magic reach more curious souls. Until next time, keep your crystals close and your intuition closer.